Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, they never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of FCC. You don't love me? There we go. Hit the wrong button. All right, so how's everybody doing today? Michael Pittman Jr. on Aaron Rodgers. Definitely happy to have him back. Oh, God. Oh, boy. All right, so we got Michael Pittman Jr. and we got DK Metcalf. I mean, that's a nice little receiving core. Running back, I'm not sure who's running the ball back there. But at least we know Aaron Rodgers, breaking news, is, well, not breaking news, but is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I still have them losing a lot of games. What does it matter? All right. He's old. That AFC, let me tell y'all something. In doing these schedules this week, it is something I noticed. The AFC is a monster. AFC is a monster. So I don't know if Aaron Rodgers' age is going to be able to handle what the AFC is going to be doing this year. I guess welcome back. Welcome back. You got Mike McCartney. You're back with your old coach. I don't know. AFC is going to be a tough division to play with this year. You got if Cincinnati makes a comeback this year, they're going to be a top team. The Bills will be a top team because I have absolutely, unfortunately, no faith in the Patriots this year. I think they're going to kind of bottom out this year a little bit. There's a lot of games so far that I've gone through in the divisions in the three teams that I've done. I don't have the Patriots winning too many of those games, to be honest with you. With everything they got going on, it could be a little rocky this year for them. So I don't know with the Bills, with obviously I have the Chiefs coming back on top. Okay, Patrick Mahomes will be back. Okay, so he's gonna be ready to play football this year. So you got the Chiefs up there. The Broncos, I still think are gonna be a top seed. So it's gonna be a tight, high-numbered race in the AFC. If Baltimore, some of the games that I've been doing so far, I don't know. Baltimore looking like, I got five. I think I got them winning 5 or maybe 3 already with the teams I haven't played. But I mean, with the teams I haven't played, they're not that good, to be honest with you. So Baltimore could be up there in record wise. They might get knocked out the playoffs if they do make it there. But Aaron Rodgers, buddy, it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be tough for me to see the Steelers win 4. They're gonna win them. Don't get me wrong. They might sneak around and just because they might win 8. Now that means somebody else is bottoming out in that division. Sorry, if the Steelers mess around and start stealing games now that Aaron Rodgers is back, they play good football this year. Somebody's not making it to the playoffs in that division if the Steelers do. So obviously, you know what I mean. And I have the Bengals going all the way. I need that to happen because if not, Joe Burrow is most likely going to be like a wasted quarterback to ever play One of the highest IQ quarterback. Yeah, he's smart. He's smart on the field. Like he is one of the most dominant quarterbacks on the field when he's healthy, when he's durable. But that durability has always been a question. And obviously, the protection that they give him has always been non-existent. So we'll see how that works this year. I still have them as my top seed, but I haven't even done their schedule yet, so I could be lying. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the schedules that we have for today. So we have the AFC South and the NFC North that we're doing. Where you at? Coach still learning. All right. So for the AFC South, we have the Houston Texans, the Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm a little upset because I just don't understand how Cam Ward still doesn't have a prime. Titans still don't have a primetime game. They still don't have one. I think they actually gave Minnesota one or two, which is ridiculous. Nobody want to see Kyler Murray, bro. I swear to God. And we might not see Kyler Murray between weeks 7 and 13 anyway. But they got two primetime games. They're not going to be good at all. Minnesota's going to be so bad. Oh my God, I just don't understand it. And I'm not saying the Tennessee Titans are going to just be an explosive team, but bro, couldn't get one game. Not one. I got a team in here going. I got five. They got 5 primetime games, and they're only winning one of them. And you're telling me the Titans couldn't get one of those games? Like it baffles me, bro. Like, come on. Okay, I get it. You didn't want to give the Raiders one. Okay, I mean, you don't want to give. I don't know why. Who doesn't want to see if you're not? So here's the thing: is it that you didn't give the Raiders a primetime game because you're not ready to see Mendoza yet, or you didn't give them a primetime game because you don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be a good quarterback? If you don't think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, why is he on there? It's just I don't know, and I know that has no decision to do with that. You know what I mean? That's more so outer thinking. It just don't make no sense. It's just like, how is it the Raiders don't have a primetime game? Why the Raiders aren't that bad? I mean, they're better than a lot of the teams that got a primetime game. So I just don't understand how they judge primetime games. I really don't. Like, for instance, Packers don't need 5 primetime games, bro. For what? Who will see the Packers 5 times in primetime? Like, so we that's only the 8 teams that we've done. I've seen so many primetime games already, yet the Titans don't even have one. So I haven't even done the other teams that got primetime. I saw the list that like the Cardinals, they don't need one. Who gives a damn about the Cardinals? But I want to see Cam Ward in primetime. Damn, disrespectful. All right, anyway. Houston Texans are up first. So they have a pretty tough schedule. Now, again, I only give for division games. I don't give like a loss to an away team. I mean, like if you're on the road, you're getting a loss. Unless that team that you're playing is just absolute dog water. Yeah, I'm going to give you the win because they're just not winning nothing. They might win 2 games this season. But if I think if it's like a fair enough matchup division wise, which they usually are, I split them down the middle. It's just to get an accurate number for my record. That's all it's for. But regardless of division games, the Houston Texans have a pretty tough schedule. So they got to play Buffalo week 1. I gave them a loss. They got to play Cincinnati week 2. I gave them a loss. They could win that game depending on how Cincinnati starts. So I haven't done Cincinnati's record. Cincinnati is known to start a little bit slower. Right now, just for paper, I'm giving them a loss. Indianapolis Colts on the road is a loss. Dallas Cowboys at home loss. I have the Dallas Cowboys doing pretty decent this season. I haven't even done their record yet. Tennessee Titans on the road loss. Jacksonville on the road overseas loss. Jacksonville usually always wins at home overseas anyway. So that's their home field, and they usually always win on in that first overseas game. Second one can be if and that, this and that, but that first one when they go over there, that's their home field. So they usually win that game. Houston doesn't play good overseas. Weird. They actually do not play very well overseas. Week 7, they are at home against New York. I'm giving them a loss. They could win that game. Houston could win that game. It just depends on if the trajectory of losing that I have them. If I continue, obviously, they're just not going to get out of the dirt just yet coming out of that until the bye week, which, unfortunately, I really need them to win that. You know what? I think I'm going to give them that win against Detroit. We're going to change that. I'm going to give them that win against the Giants. And so that gives them 7 wins if I do that, right? And I'm stumped because I know they can start off pretty slow, but I think they can pick it up. I'm wondering, can they beat the Browns on the road? That's the issue. I have them losing to the Browns on the road, and I have them. All right, let's make this change. Because defensively, the Houston Texans are very good. We are going to give them a win against the Chargers at home. I don't think the Chargers is going to be that good this year. I was trying to help them out, giving them a win against Houston, but I don't think Houston's going to be that bad. Not with the defense that they have. I think they're going to start off rocky. And again, that away game against the Colts, that could easily be a win. I just have them right now because of, for record purposes, I have them losing to the Colts. Let's change it. All right, so we're going to change that record from that. Was that? All right, we can go with 9-8 for Houston. We're changing that. We're going from 6-11 to 9-8. Let's change that up. All right, 9-8. We'll figure out their home record later. All right, so I give them a win against the New York Giants at home. They go for a bye week. They got a away game against the Chargers, giving them a win. Let's see. We're going to give them a win against Cleveland on the road. We got a home game Thursday night against the Colts. That's a win. We have a home game against Baltimore. That's a loss. We have a home game against the Pittsburgh. No, we have a away game against Pittsburgh. That's let's see, that's week 14. No, week 13, Sunday Night Football. On the road against Pittsburgh. We're going to give that a win. They're going to beat Pittsburgh on the road. Week 14 on the road against Washington is a loss. Week 15 at home against Jacksonville. That is a win. Week 16, Thursday night against Philly is a win. Week 16, Thursday night. Week 17, Monday night against Green Bay Packers is a win. That's a away game. That should be a loss. Why did I give that a win? That should be a loss. All right, there we go. That's fixed. So 8-9. Let's go with 8-9. Okay. So home record, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're 4-4 at home. No, they can't be 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, okay, 4-4 at home. Sorry. And let's see, away we have 1, 2, 4, and 5. All right, sorry, had to redo their schedule. So 4 and 4 at home and 4 and 5 on the road. All right, 3 and 3 for the division. On third, let's see, primetime, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 primetime games. And they are going to be 1, 2, 3 and 1. 3 and 1 in primetime. Not bad. And that 8-9 record could easily be 9 and 8 or 10 and 7. It just depends on if they can steal an extra game out of the division. That's what they're going to have to do, or they're going to have to steal a game, or they have to either beat the Buffalo Bills week 1 or Cincinnati in week 2. Other than that, they're going to be 8-9. It's the only cushion I really see. So I don't see them beating Baltimore. I have them beating the Steelers, so they can't lose to the Steelers, or they're going to be, they're not making it. So they might not even make it to the playoffs. If they can fight with the 8-9, try to make it a 10 and 7 or 9 and 8. But if they can't lose to the Steelers, they can't lose to Philly. They definitely can't lose to Philly in week 16. Was that primetime record of 3 and 1? Not bad at all for Houston. All right. Next, the team that is being disrespected. Sorry. I just don't understand. Tennessee Titans have no primetime games. This is ridiculous. I get it. They're not going to win a lot of games. But, again, there are other teams in the NFL that have worse records, and they're at least getting 1 or 2 primetime games. You could have gave one of them. You could have gave one to the Titans. Just one. You know what I would love to see in primetime? Detroit and the Tennessee Titans. That would have been a nice primetime game. Or, depending on if you would have predicted Kirk Cousins not making it all the way to the season, you could have had Mendoza. You could have had the Raiders versus the Titans. No, nobody's gonna see that right now. You could have did Baltimore. You could have did the Ravens and Titans. You could have did Philly and Titans. You could have did the Bengals and the Titans. You could have did the Cowboys and the Titans. You give Cowboys a lot of primetime games. You could have did the Cowboys and the Titans. There's plenty of games here. You could have gave the Titans 1 primetime game, bro. Like, it's absolutely insanity. But anyway, we have them winning week 1 against the New York Jets. You could have gave that a primetime game. I would love to see Cam Moore beat up on Geno Smith. I don't want to see that. Philly, week 2. I'm giving them a win, right? I don't know. Philly, I think Philly just might start off a little rocky. And I was really like digging for a win for them, so they don't have them 6. And that's just because saying Philly could start off a little bit rocky, just a little bit, and that would be in the first 2 games. It'll be a low-scoring game too, by the way. It wouldn't be like the Titans will blow them out. It could be like a turnover on defense, and that's how the Titans win. Not saying Cam Ward is coming in here saving the day. Not saying that. Just saying Titans as a whole could actually win this game in week 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 3, New York. That is a loss on the road. Week 4 on the road against Baltimore is a loss. See, Carl, Baltimore got wins and I haven't even done their team yet. I think they got wins in the other division that I did, the AFC South or the NFC South. Let's see. Houston at home is a win. Indianapolis on the road is a loss. Cleveland Browns on the road at home is a loss. Cincinnati Bengals is a loss. Now you could have, depending on Shadir might be playing in this game, right? You could have had this as a primetime game. You could have had Cam Ward versus Shadir, 2 second-year quarterbacks. They ain't rookies. They could have had a good game, but you think, let me guess, Watson will most likely start and get all these games going, huh? So I guess that's why they want to make that a primetime game. But I don't know. A lot of early afternoon games for the Titans. I'm gonna watch a lot of Titans games this year. I am. I'm gonna support the Titans. The disrespect is unnecessary. Let's see. Week 8 afternoon, I got a loss to the Cleveland Cincinnati Bengals. Week 9 is a bye week. Week 10, we have a win at home against Jacksonville. Week 11, we have a loss on the road against the Cowboys. Week 12, we have a loss on the road against Jacksonville. Week 13, we have a loss at home against Washington. Week 14, we have a loss against Detroit on the road. Week 15, a home win against Indiana. Week 16 on the road, we have a win against the Raiders. Week 17 at home, we have a win against Pittsburgh. Week 18, we have a loss on the road against Houston. All in all, that is a 7-10 record, 6-2 on the road, 1-8. 6-2 at home, 1-8 on the road. 0 primetime wins. Just absolutely disrespectful. Absolutely. Philly fans won't like this. No, they won't. They won't. Philly fans, they gonna like a lot of what I got to say. Not this year. The Philly fans gonna fight back this year. Philly fans gonna be really, really, really. Where you at? Where you at, Kev? I gotta see what I'm gonna do to the NFC East. That's always a fun one. That's always a fun one. And see, look, Vaughn here. See, Vaughn here listening to me tell him how many losses the Steelers about to take. It ain't gonna be many, but yeah, as I'm saying, I did say, now that we know Aaron Rodgers back, we got Michael Pittman, we gotta change some things about the Colts. We'll get to them in a minute. We might have to change some. So I forgot about that. I did forget about that. Steelers might not do too bad. If Michael Pittman is anything what Aaron Rodgers needs him to be when he was playing for the Indianapolis Colts, which is going to be a crap. I might be doing like, dang it. Let me see something. We'll be right back to schedule predictions. Coach needs to go take a quick look at the Steelers. What is it called? Depth chart. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Where you at? Where's your position? Okay, I'm not too threatened by the running back class for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So what that means is we can safely probably give them 8 wins when we do them. So we're gonna look a little later when we do the Steelers. We're gonna be tethering. So I might not have to make changes yet, but the Colts might get some changes done because they ain't gonna. I gotta hold on. Let me go look at the Colts. Let me look at their depth chart. Because who's throwing the ball? I mean, I know who's throwing the ball. Who's catching the ball? Did we ask that question? I forgot Michael Pittman is no longer there. Let's see. All right, Colts. We have nobody. Holy hell. Okay. So I'm glad I changed the Houston Texans schedule. I really am. Okay. Now I'm having internet issues. There we go. All right. So, yeah, you like the Ricky German as running back? I'll pay attention to him. I'll pay attention to him. I need to look. He's on my notes. I got to find some running backs to put on my notes because, especially rookies, because we need those for position ranking and getting ready for coach's draft board. So I need those. Okay, so we're going to pay attention to German. So I'm glad I made the change to the Texans. And even though I have them, I think they're going to beat the Colts twice this year. Texans might sneak 10 wins if they beat the Colts twice this year. Okay. Yeah, I looked at that and I didn't see it. I don't see who they're throwing. They have receivers, but I don't think the Colts have enough on the receiving core to win a lot of football games this year. Not even with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce, and he had Jonathan Taylor, and it feels like they're putting a lot on Jonathan Taylor, and he's going to end up getting injured. And then when he gets injured, you ain't got nothing. And if your other quarterback get injured, and you back to Anthony Richardson, and I think the Colts are going to be a mess this year. But back to the Titans real quick. Let's see. We have. Let me get this out. Let me close you. All right. So Colts, we're gonna give that. Where we at? We're at the Steelers, right? Steelers, where are you? Pittsburgh Steelers against the Titans. We're actually going to change that to a loss. Now that I see what the Pittsburgh Steelers are working with, that should actually be a win for Steelers. But let's change. No, that's it. You know the thing. I think you guys are gonna lose the rest of these games. Damn, that puts Titans back to 6 games, 6-11. That sucks. All right. So 6-11 for the Titans. All right, for the record for home, now that I made that change, it's actually going to be 5-3. That was the only change. So now they're going to be 5-3 at home, which is still not bad for a home record. So that's good. At least Titan fans get some good wins at home. And 1-8 on the road. No primetime games. Screw y'all. All right, Indianapolis Colts. We had to make some changes. Okay. Baltimore, that's lost. No way, Jose. That's a loss. Sorry. Dang, Carl. I guess Baltimore ain't winning 7. They're going to win a little bit more than that now. Houston at home, I'll give you a home win against Houston. You still might lose that. I think that, I don't know. The Colts, I'm going to give them, again, it's because it's a division. I'm just splitting it. But, again, I did say Houston will have to win. All right, Houston. For right now, to make you 9-8, you are going to steal. I think the Colts are just going to be. I think they're about to be that bad, guys. We're gonna give Houston that win against the Colts on the road because I think they're also going to beat them at home. So for right now, that does give them a 9-8 record. So that gives Houston a winning record. and that splits them 5 and 4 in a row. Then let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 and 4 in a row. 4 and 4 at home, 5 and 4 on the road. I think that 4 and 4 at home is going to change though. But right now, that still gives them 9 and 8 and a 4 and 2 divisional win or divisional record, not win yet. So 4 and 2 in the division. I think that prime time stays the same. Yeah, prime time stay the same. So 4 prime time for the Texans, 3 and 1 on the road. Back to the Colts. Houston is a loss, so they're going to start off 0-4. I think no. I think the Colts are going to start off 0-4. Now that I see what's going on with their schedule or with their team, which is a lot of nothing. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a loss. That's going to be a loss. So that's 5. So week 5 on the road against Pittsburgh. Week 6, Tennessee Titans. Are the Colts going to be that bad? Can they beat the Titans? Can they beat the Titans at home? Right now, we're going to leave it as a yes. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to leave it as a yes. Minnesota. Can they beat Minnesota? I'm actually going to say no. No, we'll leave it alone. We're going to leave that one alone. Minnesota on the road, we're going to leave it alone. I think the Colts might be able to pull that one off. We'll see. Week 8 on the road against Jacksonville is a loss. Week 9 at home against the Cowboys is a loss. Week 10 at home against Miami is a win. Week 11 Thursday night against the Texans is a loss. Week 12 at home against New York is a win. That's going to be a loss against the Giants. I don't think the Colts are going to beat the Giants. No, they're not beating Harbaugh. They got a week 13 bye week. Week 14, Philly is a loss. Week 15 on the road against the Titans is a loss. Week 16, Tampa to be determined. They don't have that time yet. But that's a home game against the Bengals. That's a loss. Week 17 against the Browns. That's going to be, I don't think the Colts are beating the Browns in week 17. Not anymore. I'll tell you, they're I don't like the way this team is set up. Week 18 at home against Jacksonville is we're going to leave it as a win for right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you were the fraud. I had them at 9, and I had the Colts at 9 and 8. And you wonder why I have them at 9 and 8? Because I forgot Michael Pittman wasn't there. I forgot. Now we can change that because they don't have a receiver. So that's 4 wins and 13 losses. That's pretty bad. That's going to be pretty bad. Okay. Home wins. That's changing. Let's see. They got 1, 2. They got 3 home wins. How many losses at home? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That owner gonna get gray hair real quick. She was walking up and down the field proud last year. Ain't gonna look the same this year. All right, on the road. 1 win on the road. Okay, 3 and 5 at home, 1 and 8 on the road. Division, they got 3. This is a team y'all gave 3 division game or 3 primetime games to. It's crazy. No, 2 prime. They got 2 primetime games. Division, they're going to be how many winning? They're going to be 2 and 4 in the division. Maybe they might be worse. Yeah, they're losing both primetime games. You gave them 2 primetime games and losing both. All right. Last team in the AFC South, Jacksonville Jaguars. So we have a win at home against the Browns week 1. Week 2, Denver Broncos is a loss. They ain't playing with that defense. Week 3, New England. That's I gave them a win. I don't trust New England this year. I'm so sorry. They got too much going on over there. I really don't have that much faith in them this year. I think they're just going to have a rough year due to a lot of outside issues and mistrust and just locker room issues. They're not going to play. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of issues. Hopefully AJ Brown can lift some spirits, help them win some games. But right now, I haven't won a lot of games. Week 4 away against Cincinnati is a loss. Week 5 overseas at home against Philly is a loss. Week 6 overseas at home against Houston is a win. So they're actually losing their first overseas game and winning the second one against Houston, which is Houston's first game overseas, I think. Or no, not Houston, somebody else's, I think. Anyway, they got a week 7 bye week. They got a week 8 week 8 home win against the Colts. Week 9 Thursday night, Ravens is a loss. God, Ravens with a lot of teams already. Man. Week 10, Tennessee away is a loss. Week 11, away against the Giants is a win. Week 12, home against Tennessee is a win. Week 13, away against Chicago is a loss. Week 14, Monday Night Football against Pittsburgh. That's going to be a loss. I don't think Jacksonville is going to be able to beat Pittsburgh. Not in the cold. Well, they'll be at home. They'll be home. They'll be in Jacksonville. Monday night, Pittsburgh coming to Jacksonville. Yeah, we'll give. For right now, we're going to leave it as a win. For right now, I'm going to wait to see what it looks like when I do Pittsburgh's schedule. Right now, we'll leave it as a win. Afternoon, week 15 against Houston is a loss on the road. Sunday night against Dallas on the road is a loss. Week 16, week 17 at home against Washington is a win. Week 18, Indianapolis Colts is a loss. Yeah, we'll give you a loss on the road on week 18. All right, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 7-1 at home, 1-8 on the road, 3-3 primetime and divisional wins. And let's see, 3 primetime games and then 1-2 in primetime. See, Cam Ward could have got one of those primetime games. What stopped you? All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will go over the NFC North. We will go over the NFC North. So quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri. This is Ed Han.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse. All right, welcome back.
All right, we are now going over the NFC North. All right, so we have Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Chicago Bears. All right, so we will start off with the Minnesota Vikings. Not too much to be excited about if you're a Minnesota fan. They do have a pretty tough schedule. Just alone, they got to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have to play Buffalo. They have to play in their division Green Bay and Chicago. And I actually was being very generous giving them divisional wins. I didn't take away divisional wins just to help them out. I think they're bad enough to lose to the Patriots. Cardinals are good. Carolina Panthers are good enough to beat the Minnesota Vikings. They have 49ers, and they have Washington. So they have a tough schedule. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It is going to have some painful losses. They have a stretch between week 7 and week 14 where I'm finding it tough for them to find a game to win. So week 1 at home against Green Bay, I give them a win early. Week 2 on the road, Chicago is a loss. Week 3, Tampa Bay on the road is a loss. Week 4 at home against Miami is a win. Week 5 away at New Orleans is a loss. They could lose that Miami game though. Week 6 is a bye week. Week 7, afternoon game at home is against the Colts is a loss. Colts, did I make you worse enough to lose to Minnesota? Let's go see. Colts in Minnesota. All right, so I got the Colts beating Minnesota. I think. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep it for right now. Colts lost. Yeah, losing to the Colts. Let's see. Afternoon away game against Detroit is a loss. Monday night home against Buffalo is a loss. Away against Green Bay is a loss. On week 10, week 11 overseas against San Francisco is a loss. Week 12 at home against the Falcons is a loss. Week 13 at home against Carolina Panthers is a loss. Week 14, Thursday night against the Patriots is a loss. Week 15, Sunday night against Detroit is a win. Week 16 at home against the Commanders is a loss. Week 17 away against, I don't think it'll be Detroit, but we'll keep it there just for paper purposes. Week 17 away against the Jets is a win. Week 18 at home against the Bears is a win, which I don't think they win that one either, but I'm not messing with them there. Again, I was being generous enough, just letting them keep their divisional wins. I have the Minnesota Vikings going 5-12, 4-6 at home, 1-6 on the road, 3-3 in the division, 3 primetime games, 1-2 in primetime. That's the best I can do for the Minnesota Vikings. Fight me if you want. All right, Detroit Lions. Not too bad this year. I actually have pretty high hopes for Detroit this year. Let's see. They have a afternoon home win against New Orleans. That's a win. Thursday night on the road against Buffalo. I'm going to give that a win. I'm going to make it a little difficult for Buffalo, but I think Buffalo's still going to do okay. I think Buffalo can still pull out 11 wins, even losing to Detroit. Week 3 at home against the Jets is a win. Week 4 on the road against Carolina is a loss. Week 5 against Arizona is a win. Week 6 is a bye week. Week 7 at home against Green Bay Packers is a win. Week 8 at home against the Minnesota Vikings is a win. Week 9 on the road against Miami is a win. Week 10 overseas against the Patriots. Yeah, I'm going to give them a win. I'm going to give Detroit a win against the Patriots. So right now we're at 12-5 for Detroit. But I think I can make it 11-6 because I think they're going to lose to the Bills in week 2. No. No, we'll leave it alone. No, I don't think that. No, we'll make it 12-5. 12-5 is like the new 10-6. How 10-6 used to be what everybody used to get back in the day. 12-5 is not like a big thing. So they can go 12-5. What was that? What was that? A road win or a home win against the Patriots at home? So that makes them at home. That makes them 8-1. And then still 4-4 on the road. All right. So let's see. Loss at home against the Bucks on week 11. Week 12 against Chicago is a win. Week 14 against Atlanta is a win on the road. Week 15 at home against Tennessee is a win. Week 15 Sunday night on the road against Minnesota is a loss. Maybe. Week 16 Monday night is a home win against the Giants. Week 17 against Chicago on the road is a loss. And week 18 on the road against Green Bay is a loss. So that is 12-5 for the Detroit Lions, 8-1 at home, 4-4 on the road, 3-3 for the division. They have 4 primetime games, and they will be 2-2 in primetime. All right, Green Bay Packers, another team I think is going to do pretty well this year. Their record seems pretty laid out. I don't think there's a takeaway, giveaway. I think there's pretty laid out. It's going to be more wins than losses, obviously. They could be number 1 or number 2 in the division, depending on how it irons out between them and Detroit. Week 1 against Minnesota is going to be a loss for Green Bay. Week 2 against the Jets on the road is going to be a win. Week 3, Thursday night at home against the Falcons is a win. Week 4 on the road against Tampa Bay is going to be a loss. Week 5 at home against Chicago Bears is going to be a win. Sunday night at home against Dallas is a win. Let's see. I tussled with that one, but I gave him the win. Week 7 away against Detroit is a loss. Week 8, Thursday night at home against Carolina is a win. Week 9 away against the Patriots is a win. Week 10 at home against Minnesota is a win. They got a week 11 bye week. They have a Wednesday night game on week 12. That's away against the Rams is a loss. Week 13 away against New Orleans is a win. Week 14 Sunday night at home against Buffalo is a win. That might be a loss though. Week 15 at home against Miami is a win. Christmas Day or Christmas night game, week 16 against the Chicago Bears is a loss. Week 17 Monday night at home against Houston is a loss. And week 18 at home against Detroit is a win. That gives us 11-6 for the Green Bay Packers, 7-1 at home, 4-5 on the road, 3-3 in the division, 5 primetime games, 4-1 in primetime, not bad. Still could have gained one to the Titans. All right, last but not least. Now, this one was a little bit harder to do. There's 2 games that I struggle with, and that was just to give the Bears a 9-8 record. It's not going to be as easy for the Bears as people think this year. I think it's going to be tough, and that 9-8 is being very generous. And I think they could lose a couple games and actually fall. I do think this divisional fight is going to be between Green Bay and Detroit. Now, the Bears with a 9-8 record could steal games and obviously, be the ones to end up in the playoffs again. It's going to be a tight race in this division. Again, here's what I mean. I got Detroit 12-5. I got Green Bay 11-6. Detroit can lose a couple of games, right? Not be 12-5, come down to the 9-8 area, or where all 3 of these teams have 9 wins and they have to play each other out to see who wins out the division. You know what I mean? So it can come out to that. So it's right now it's 12-5 for the Detroit Lions. Right now it's 11-6 for the Green Bay Packers. So for the Chicago Bears, we are at week 1 on the road against the Panthers of the loss. Week 2 at home against the Minnesota Vikings is a win. Week 3 Monday night against Philly is a loss. That's the one I tussle with. I wanted to give them a win, but I don't know. Philly just might be good enough in Week 3 to steal a road game against Chicago. They're going to have to steal games because Washington, it's going to be a tight race with Washington and Philly and the Cowboys. I have Philly at number 3, and that's just because if they just kind of like bottom out and can't get enough wins because their schedule might just be too tough, or they might not be good. You know, they might not play well this year. So there's a lot of reasons why I have Philly at number 3. Doesn't mean they can't still sit in that number 3 and steal the number 1 spot. Doesn't mean they can't do that. Okay, number 3 just means placement, and that just means placement throughout the season while they're climbing to climb out the division. All right, so week 4 against the New York Jets at home is a win. Week 5 against Green Bay Packers is a loss. That's a road game. Week 6 on the road at the Falcons is a win. Week 7 Thursday night at home against the Patriots is a win. Week 8 Monday night on the road against Seattle is a loss. That's the first time I've seen Seattle in the 3 teams that I've done. Who are they playing outside of the Bears? I can't wait to see Seattle's schedule. I haven't seen this is the first time I called their name. I called 49ers once and I called the Rams once. I haven't called the Cardinals yet. So I can't wait to see who they play. Let's see. Week 9, Sunday night at home against Tampa Bay is a loss. They have a Week 10 bye week. Week 11. The Patriots was the other game I tethered with, but I gave them that win against the Patriots because I don't trust the Patriots this year. Week 11 afternoon home game against the Saints is a win. Week 12 on the road against the Broncos is a loss. Week 13 at home against Jacksonville is a win. Let me double check that. What did I give Jacksonville against the Bears? Jacksonville Bears is a loss. Okay, so I gave them a loss against the Bears. So the Bears can't lose against Jacksonville. That puts Jacksonville in the fight in that division, and that drops the Bears in their division. So it's gonna be a tight race for the Bears this year. Where were we from you? We're gonna get back to you, Chicago. All right. Let's see. Week 14 is a win on the road against Miami. Week 15. Which game was this? I think it's a Saturday game against Buffalo. Primetime. I think it's a primetime Saturday game against Buffalo. That's a loss. Week 16, afternoon home game against Green Bay Packers is a win. Week 17, home game against Detroit is a win. And week 18 on the road against the Vikings might not be a loss. That one might be a win. But right now I'm giving them a loss because I'm literally sparing Minnesota just for the paper. All right, so that gives the Bears a 9-8 record, 7-1 on home, 2-7 on the road, 3-3 for the division, 5 primetime games, 1-4 in primetime. And you gave the Chicago Bears 5 primetime games, and they're winning 1. You couldn't give one of these to the Titans? The only one they're winning is against the Patriots. But they got a Monday night against Seattle. They have a Sunday night against Tampa. They got 3 back-to-back, by the way. They got one against Philly in week 2 or week 3. Not taking away. You're not beating Philly in prime time. And then you got this primetime Saturday game in week 15 against Buffalo. 5 primetime games for the Chicago Bears for them to go 9-8. Okay. That makes no sense to me, but okay. So we have gone over, what is it? The NFC South, AFC South, and the NFC. Who are you? The NFC North. All right. So next up is going to be the AFC North. Who is in the AFC North? Oh. You hear that, Carl? That's you. That's you. That's Pittsburgh. That's Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. AFC North, you are up next. So that's going to be a doozy. And we're doubling up. So the next division we will do after the AFC North is going to be the NFC West. Nah, let's not play with them. Let's go ahead and knock out the NFC East. We will do the AFC North, and then we will do the NFC East next. All right. So that is 8 teams next week. I do thank you guys for tuning in today. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love always. Next Wednesday, we'll be back with 8 more teams. Coach loves you. I'm out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.